Deputy Bill goes there to come and talk to you then?
Explain it.
Kind of explain to you what's going on.
Not what he
I know.
did, but yeah,
I
he
know.
says, can't really tell.
Right, but we're gonna ask you for consent from a few things. It's up to you, okay?
Okay.
Of what you want to do, but and then we'll get you out of here.
All right.
We're gonna ask you for consent to search your vehicle, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then we may keep your vehicle for a little while, okay?
Okay.
To be processed for some evidence.
Really?
Okay. Yeah. So.
Okay, so,
Okay.
all right. Oh.
Yeah, but we can help you out though, okay? If you need a ride somewhere, we can maybe give you a ride,
Yeah.
or if you have someone that can pick you up.
At this point, just be home.
All right. And then we'll go from there. All right.
Yeah. You kind of got me freaked out here.
I know.
Yeah.
But just all I can say is just relax, and we'll.
Okay. It's gotta be pretty bad. There's a lot of you guys.
We'll let you know what you need to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks, George.
Alrighty. Water, bathroom?
Yeah,
Hit the
water,
bath.
water sounds great.
Water?
Soda? Got soda? No, I don't drink soda. Water's perfect.
Bathroom? You want?
No, I'm
hit
good.
the bathroom?
I'm good.
You
Go
good?
back.
Okay. No, I'm good, thank you.
Now they're gonna keep the vehicle.
We'll explain.
Yeah, I get it. That pisses me off. Not you guys.
No, but,
Yeah.
just real quick, last name?
H-E-M-M-E-N.
H-E-M-M-E-N.
E-N.
And your first name?
Jeffrey. J-E-F-F-R-E-Y.
And a middle initial?
T. Yes.
And you own that also?
No.
It's a rental or?
I rented from a friend.
Okay.
It was his mother, so she passed away. I went there.
Oh, sorry. Thanks. All right.
Offer you water and then I leave it sit over here, right?
That's all right.
Let me, give, do you want me to talk to, if he answers?
Yeah, just
I'll
send me
just
out.
tell him you're kinda helping us out on something this morning and,
Say Jeff's busy today.
alright.
Cause I'm gonna go home and go to bed. I was up at 3. I told you that.
Yep. What's his last name again?
Vanderheyen.
Vanderheyen.
And if he doesn't, just leave a message. I'll talk to him later.
Nick? Hey, this is Deputy Bill with the Brown County Sheriff's Office. How are you this morning? The reason I'm calling you is, Jeffery Hammen, he's working with you. He's, helping us out with something this morning. He's not in any trouble. He'll be able to give you a call a little bit later. But we had to talk to him before he got to work this morning, so, he's sitting here with me right now. Like I said, he's not in any trouble, but we just needed to talk with him for a little bit this morning, so once he's done here, he can give you a call. Okay? Alright, thank you, sir. Bye. Okay, he said, and he goes, okay, have him call me.
You jail Jeff again.
Jail Jeff?
Someone wrote that on a T-square, you know.
Oh, that's not,
Yeah.
that ain't very...
I was on the bracelet years ago.
Oh. Hi Jeff, date of birth, 48, address, City of Green Bay, Brown County, Wisconsin. Your 98 Chevy S10 and Apple 6 plus phone, Star Wars case with that as a code. You give consent for us to be able to take a look, search it. That's what this is, consent to search that phone.
Okay.
For anything pertaining to the investigation that we're looking at here.
No, I didn't do anything wrong, but I shouldn't have a lawyer here present, should I? Just to cover my ass?
At this point,
I'm not under arrest, you're not
under
arrested.
arrest.
Not under arrest.
And that's what we told you in the car,
Yeah.
that's why you weren't
Yeah,
handcuffed.
I'm not hiding anything, so
So,
I'll just sign it.
I just need signature right there then. And then the other one, I'll start to fill that out, that's for that, just DNA, we'll just do an oral swab for that. Like we said, it's more for protection, just covering CYA of everything.
In case there's DNA in that vehicle or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're using it to exclude you, not, you know.
All right.
I mean,
It's like when we do fingerprints on something, we ask everybody who may have ever had opportunity to touch it, even sometimes even us, to rule out anything along those
I
lines.
asked quite, because I watched probably way too much long.
Don't worry. I told you we'd be up front, so.
well, do you have it, I mean, and I missed, do you know why you're here, or do you have any idea?
I didn't get that, I
Okay.
just wanted, we were to do this, but
We'll explain to you
Okay.
a little bit, and then you're gonna kinda understand. We wanna know what you know. We don't think you're involved, but we wanna know what you know.
Okay.
And I
I'll know what I know before I find out what actually.
Right. Yeah, and just so you know, and like we already covered, you're not under arrest. I am not blocking the door here. Okay?
I got it. You're using the table, yeah.
The door's open. Okay, if you want out, if you're saying, hey guys, I'm done, you're free to leave.
Yeah.
Does that make
Yeah, yeah.
Just so, okay, because I don't want to perceive.
See where I was coming from, I was like, don't tell me anything.
Right,
Let's do it.
yeah, and we're gonna get there.
And I get why, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we're just trying to be as honest
Yeah.
with you as we can,
Yeah, I mean,
right up to this point. But I think once you figure out why we're all here, it'll be
okay.
and like I said, I'm not sure what you know. Maybe you don't know anything, but I
guess we'll find out shortly.
we'll see. Yeah, and that's not I'm not trying to
No, I
be
appreciate it.
secretive either.
Yeah,
You know,
I get it, you guys got a job in the order of operations.
you wanna explain to him real quick, Sarge, here, the, process, the swab process? Says that it's been explained thoroughly to him.
all I'm gonna do, I've got 2 swabs here.
So we
Well, if it
can,
goes in a bag, you send it to the lab?
Yes, sir.
good, all right, but I just wanna, that it's on the form and that you're signing.
Yeah,
and
I'm
we're
just gonna do the inside of your
All
mouth
right,
and
signature right here, and then print your name, please.
that's perfect.
See?
Sometimes it helps when you watch TV. And TV's not always accurate, but sometimes it is.
Thank you. All right.
So when they come in, Jeff, we'll dump your phone right away?
And that way you can hand everything back and.
Yeah. Just take, go ahead. You can just rub it on both sides. Put it right in there, sir. Oops. Thank you.
All right. Ready?
Yeah. And what I'm gonna, somewhere along the line, I think we're gonna chat first.
Yeah.
But somewhere along, we're gonna take a written statement from you,
Yeah.
whatever.
That's interesting.
So that's why I had the iPad out, that's because I kind of started it, but, so we're gonna chat first and we'll see, and we'll put it down in the writing somehow.
Okay.
So like I said, if you weren't in cuffs before, okay, as our primary,
I'll help you guys best I can, that's no problem, I understand it.
obviously, we wanna know how long have you, known, do you know him by George, or how do you know him, or? Steven? Steve?
Yeah.
Okay. Steven is his full first name, but
I don't know,
people
but I
use
don't
middles,
know.
some people use whatever.
I think, I did get some mail and it said George on it, so.
Okay, so you know him by Steve?
Yeah.
Okay. When did you meet Steve?
Well, I'm gonna just take a stab.
Yep,
I think about 3 months ago.
3 months ago.
At the Kids Bar, maybe a little longer than that. At
Okay.
Richard Cranium's on Broadway.
Richard Cranium's on Broadway?
That's where I normally hang out, yeah.
Okay, and that's where you met him?
Yeah, and you know how you just start having a conversation about something on the TV, or I
Right.
don't remember if we were watching a baseball game or what, but and I noticed his accent, and it was like, you know, oh, hey, what's going on? And just, he, not just me alone, but other people there hit it off with him. He started to be part of the little circle of, you know, you come in, you sit down next to
Sure.
people and start shooting the shit. And,
Okay.
he
So,
would, you know,
it's September now, so you're thinking what, June-ish?
June.
Maybe a little
That'd
before
good. That'd
June?
maybe the I remember, when did I get him out of there? Probably around the 4th of July, so so, yeah, early June,
Okay,
I'd have to say.
okay,
And I might be off a week or two or something.
all right. So you met him over at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And for the sake of it, you know him by Steve, but first name it was George, and you said you saw that on some mail.
I saw it on a mail. I can't remember if that was his second name or if
Okay.
that was his kid's name, but yeah, he had warned me that some mail was coming from his ex-wife. Keep an eye
Okay.
on. He didn't have an address at the time.
All right. So at one point, you guys are at the bar. That's how you guys met,
Mhm.
and then you made mention to me that he had moved in with you.
Yeah, he actually was on his way home. He was leaving, so he actually kind of, you know, had some goodbye drinks, not just me, but some other people. And, you know, he was on his way back to Virginia. He was done up here, and, because his mother had passed away.
Okay.
And he had to go take care of power of attorney and take possession of some land. I guess maybe it was a day or two, and I got a text from him, and I kind of ignored it at first, you know, hoping that he'd get a hold of someone else, but he asked if he could have a place to stay for a couple of days and explain what was, and it should be in the phone, explain what happened. You know, he ran into some problems and had to come back up here because he had nowhere to stay down there. I guess his
Down there as in Virginia?
in Virginia at his mother's house, because
Okay.
his uncle was living there and is contesting a will. So the lawyer told him, don't come down here, you know, just, might take a month, might take more, bide your time. He says, we just gotta let it run its course, and, you know, you should be fine, and it was kind of the way he made it sound, so.
Okay. When you had said that he had made kind of a comment of like he was done up here and was going back, do you know what do you mean by that, or did he say what?
He's, because his mom died, he had to
Okay.
go back and, yeah, take care
Alright,
of
so he had to go back.
yeah, and then,
Okay.
when he was coming back, I remember saying that he needed a place to stay, and, you know, he didn't have a vehicle, someone stole his vehicle. And
Okay.
That was it, I remember that. And
So did
it
he
was kind of a
actually?
sad story to get, you know, let him stay in the
Sure.
basement and it was supposed to be a few days to a week, and it turned out to be a month.
Okay.
And then I said, you know, hey, I made up a story that my daughter was coming to stay with me, so you can't, I really don't want, I don't know her that well, so I don't want you to hear when my daughter's here, so we gotta move out, and he did, and he's been hitting around, you know, work here and there, oh, Jordan sure wants to, you know, me to move back in there, she sure liked it when I lived there. I'm like, well, you got a job, so go find a place.
And Jordan is
Jordan being his girlfriend.
his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay. And is that where you picked him up today?
No, I picked him at Matt Wasenberg's house.
Matt Wasenberg's house?
Yeah.
And that's just a buddy or something he's
Another
staying with?
guy from the bar,
From
yeah.
the bar?
Yeah, three of
Okay.
us, you know, kind of sit together, hang out.
Did
watch
he move
games.
in with Matt after you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt let him move in there. That's small and everything, but
Hey, it's a place to stay, it's a
Matt
roof,
was,
right?
Matt let him, and I didn't want him by me, so.
So why doesn't he live with Jordan?
Because Jordan's mother doesn't approve.
Gotcha.
Is that the age?
The age thing, I think, and I think part of it was Jordan's mother was wanting to screw him, and he decided to go with the young cow instead of the, you know, that one of those deals. That's the way he actually explained it that way to me.
Okay.
And that's not my way of thinking about things. I don't,
Yeah.
a little different, yeah, look at life than that, but whatever, you know, different strokes.
So when he lived with, and you made mention that he does laundry at your place, is he
Yeah,
still doing laundry at your place, or only during that time frame?
He texted me the other night, and I ignored him because I was having a stomach issue, and I didn't wanna have him bother or have someone in the house, but and it was, Sunday night, or was it Monday night, he wanted to come over and do it, and I wasn't feeling right, so I said, I just ignored it. And then, yeah, it was Monday night, and then, but before that, I think it was a couple weeks before that he came over, he and Jordan both came over. And they hang out, and then I have a TV down in the basement, they just watch TV, and he does his laundry, and then says thank you, and he, thanks a lot, appreciate it, buddy, and
Yeah.
we'll see you at work tomorrow, and that's.
Okay.
When did, and I guess I missed,
Yep.
so when did he live with you for that month?
Like I said, my guess
Roughly?
is gonna be June, the month of June.
Month of June.
Yeah, it may have been a little before that, but.
How long was it between the time you met him and the time he moved in with you?
Maybe, it's hard to say, weeks, a month maybe,
Okay.
you know.
So you probably knew him back into May,
I
probably.
knew him back in May, yeah.
Sure.
He moved, yeah.
But
But then he was doing his thing, going back, and then he turned around and
Do you
came
think
back up. I even made suggestions, well, maybe call Matt. You know, if Matt, you can move in with Matt instead, but maybe I'm too nice a guy, and didn't want to leave a guy in the street.
Yeah.
And he didn't seem like a, you know, he didn't seem like that person, so he still don't.
Did you help him move in at all, or
He
do
did,
you have any
he
a better
moved in with,
timeline? I guess I'm just trying to say, do you have it, if you can think of a day, something that rings a bell closer to a holiday or something of when he actually did, move?
maybe Memorial-ish.
Memorial Day
Yeah, maybe.
weekendish?
Yeah, but there wasn't much moving in. He showed up with his duffel bag. That's it.
Didn't have much.
Okay. So you probably knew him prior in May?
He had no bedding. He had no, you know,
Okay.
duffel bag and, you know, some knickknacks and, you know, just
Okay.
what he had in his vehicle or whatever he had with him on the bus when he went.
Did you, we talked about him using your vehicle. Would he have used it prior to moving in, or only during that time?
No, not prior to moving in, unless for some reason he took it from work, but, you know, maybe said, oh, yeah, you can use it to run up and get smokes or something while we're at work. At home, I just can't put a day where he did. I can't even
Did you guys
remember.
ever go to the bar together and then, you know, drive together or something that he,
Oh, yeah.
and so you would drive together to the bar or something?
We did a couple times. Usually I just, you know, that's my own thing. I just don't like to have the weight, because then I do whatever I want.
Yep, you can
Yeah.
go when you want.
I go when I want. I can, you know, if I wanna go with a girl, I go with a girl. It never happens, but gotta be
No,
hopeful.
but you got
But,
the window
Yeah,
open.
yeah, so.
Okay.
But specifically, I can't remember if he did or not. Being in the house, I can't see how he couldn't have, you know, just, hey, can I use your card? Because I've let people before in the
Sure.
past, and I just can't specifically. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm trying to be honest.
No.
Well, it's not like you're taking notes back in May.
No, yeah,
May,
right.
on what we're gonna ask you in September. I
And he-
understand that.
And he did live with me, and, you know, and I knew he had to do, but he always had Jordan, and Jordan would always pick him up to and drag him around.
Okay.
Shit at Kia or wherever the heck it was.
Do you guys go out quite a bit together then?
No, not together.
But once or twice, maybe?
Yeah. I would say maybe twice that I actually picked him up to go.
Okay.
After work is a different story. After work we go.
Well, after work,
Yeah,
But if
because
you
I
help-
drove and work, so we,
Sure.
let's stop me on a couple after work beers, okay?
but actually going out for the night or something
No.
on a weekend?
Because he'd actually, in a text, he'd say, yeah, let me know if you're going out,
Okay.
and I just, you know, either I wouldn't go out or I'd have something else going on. Because I'm my dad in town.
If you guys did go out together, probably go to that same bar?
That's the only place
That's the only place you go, is
Yeah.
the one on Broadway there?
yeah. Typically, yeah, most for pub crawl or something, I'll hit somewhere else, but that's it, the only place I like.
Okay. All right, has he been with Jordan the whole time that you know of? Like, when you first met him, was he already with Jordan at that time?
No, because I remember telling me the story, because sitting at the bar saying, oh, yeah, I met this, and I'm not sure exactly word for word what it was, but I met this Indian girls, and one wanted me, the mom wanted me, but I'm with a daughter. But like, she's 22, so I'm going with a 22-year-old.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. So I was like, well, you know, whatever, that's cool. But it wasn't right when I met him. I don't think he
Okay.
had anybody.
And then you said, did he actually go back to Virginia for a while? Since
No,
the
I don't
first
think-
day you met him, or he hasn't gone back?
I don't think he made it back, because he was
Okay.
on a bus, because he said he spent all his money on a bus ticket, and then he got a call. I believe this was a call from a lawyer saying, well, don't bother, because they're not gonna let you on the property.
Okay.
Because it's in contest, and he was actually, the uncle was living there, so he had the right to be there.
Sure.
After he was living with his mom. She was
Do you
taking
have
care of him now.
Any idea, remember anything time-wise when he may have got that?
When,
He may have found out about not being able to go back?
well, it had to be right before, it was probably 2 days before he moved in.
Okay.
Because it didn't take long, because he didn't have anywhere to go. Because I let it go for a day or two, I don't know if he stayed with someone else, or, but I remember saying, you know, I really got nowhere else to go. And I'm like, well, we can make it for a few days, or it was supposed to be like a week tops, and it
Yeah.
ended up being a month or better, you know, so.
What was he driving?
He had I think he had like an Explorer or something like that. And he said that got stolen, which was kind of weird on that. And I said, well, what about insurance? And he said it wasn't worth enough to have insurance.
What color was that? Do you remember?
I can't remember. I just remember he had a big loud stereo in it. And the only time I remember that's from in the parking lot at the bar when I first met him.
Okay.
You know, leaning up, hey, we'll see you later, you
Yeah.
know, and he said, hey, check it out. You got
So
a
you have
loud
a
stereo.
loud stereo in it?
Yeah.
2-door, 4-door, remember anything? Most
I think it's a
Explorers were
two,
the-
I think it's,
but,
I can't remember. I thought it was only 2-door, but
okay.
I can't remember.
Is that the only time you
That
saw
was
that?
after bar, so I.
Gotcha. Is that the only time you saw that vehicle?
I think that was the only time the one time, you know, that I actually noticed. Or,
And he said it got stolen up here?
yeah, he said he got stolen up here, and I think I brought it up again once. I said, did we ever hear anything about your car that got stolen? I think he said they found it burned up.
Okay.
Someone burnt it up, or wrecked it, or burnt it up, or something, so.
Do you know if he ever filed a report
It was
on
in
it,
such,
or-
in passing,
Yeah.
and in a drinking mode that, you know,
I gotcha.
I think you know, so.
Okay.
And he never brought it up again. And he also never brought up the land down in Virginia again, because I've been wondering about that. You're still up here, why? And he's got kids down there.
Kids in Virginia?
Yeah, he's got kids in Virginia and his wife, which I think they're either estranged or divorced. I believe they're divorced. But I know his kid calls, and his wife calls him and bitches because he doesn't answer the phone when his kid calls. So.
Understood. So he didn't have a vehicle then when he moved in by you?
No.
He
No, he
said it was
didn't, no,
stolen.
no, yeah.
Okay. All right.
And pretty much that whole time, Jordan was there every day. Because I remember her coming over, and I telling him, hey, you can't, because she came over with a bunch of young kids. I mean, I think they were young. And they wanted to sit in the backyard and hang out and drink beer, and I said, no, you can't do that. I told him that, and he said, I'm sorry, man, I didn't know she was going to bring them. But typically, she was there every day, picking them up, or hanging out in the basement. So if he needed to go do stuff, she would schlep him around.
Okay.
And she has that silver, it's a Kia Soul or a box, it's some kind of boxing thing.
All right. So You know he goes out and has a few drinks here or there, or you guys all did. You know anything, drugs, anything that you're aware of, drug history?
Smokes weed,
Smokes
yeah,
some
I can
weed.
smell it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything beyond that that you're aware of?
I don't, yeah. I don't wanna know.
I don't, understood.
Yeah, and I don't do any of
You
that
just haven't
shit
seen it
anymore, yeah.
other than...
I had my bad life years and years ago, I did all that crap, and I don't mess with that stuff anymore. And, then I can smell it on, and I say things, you know, and I know Jordan, she smells like it all the time too. It's, you know, you guys, they can smell that. So you walk into a store, people can smell it, it's obvious. What's that skunk smell, you know?
Yeah. Okay. I can't think of anything else right now for general questions, other than, you know, we're just looking at timeline of when you met them,
Yeah, and that's his best, that's,
how long you
and
were
it's,
staying.
you know,
with
and you might be able to determine that from the phone, a little better
Okay.
from a text.
Did you guys, if you remember, like, the first one or two times you met, did you exchange numbers at that point? Or was it a little later?
It was a couple times after, yeah.
But at the bar, you...
Yeah. You know, just,
Okay.
it was more like here's my number, give me a ring when you come down here. Yeah,
Sure.
when you come down, because at the time, he was living close, and I don't know exactly where, but he was living close to, off of 5th Street, I believe, somewhere.
Off of 5th?
Yeah.
So not too far from the bar. then.
Right, close to, yeah, he said he was close, he was keep a walk, so,
Okay.
but I've never been to his place.
And you don't know who,
I don't know.
who's...
No, and he told me when he was living there, I said, why can't you go, memory, I said, why can't you go back to the house you're at? Said, because the guy moved his father in, because his father was sick, so he wanted to take care of his dad. It was either that or he moved, yeah, that's what it was, he brought his dad in, so he didn't have room for Steve anymore.
Okay.
That was his, yeah, and he said his dad had cancer or something,
Okay.
so that's why he couldn't move back in. That really kind of shook my brain a little bit there.
Okay. Don't remember her name or anything?
No,
Who
I
that person was?
never asked, yeah, I just didn't,
Yeah, trivia.
yeah, it's, I don't worry until it involves me, I guess.
Understood.
And then maybe it seems to involve me now, doesn't it? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it does, just because you picked him up at work, or you took him to work this morning. It's
Yeah, well,
Really, I mean,
and I probably know him as good as the next guy in town, except for Jordan. And Jordan probably knows him better than anybody.
Okay.
You know, and he's really not a real big drinker. You know, I think he knows when he's full. He's not one of the guys who just keep drinking. You know, you can tell certain guys are like that. You know, that was 4 or 5 drinks, and he's done. But and Jordan just doesn't drink at all. So that's kind of weird. You know, I guess they both smoke pot. So.
Maybe that's the connection.
Yeah, that's
And
it.
she's young,
Yeah.
right?
Well, yeah, he likes that too.
Okay. Just trying to think here, before we actually do a statement, so to speak, on it. When you guys were first hanging out, primarily over at the bar area, you said Jordan didn't come in the picture till a little later on, right?
It was, yeah, and it was maybe a week, maybe 2. I couldn't tell you exactly.
Okay.
There's no way for me to remember that, 'cause I just didn't really.
Was he a guy that...
I didn't give a fuck, that's
Gotcha. Was he a guy that when you were at the bars, easy picking up women, or those few times before Jordan came around?
he thought he was, matter of fact,
Was?
yeah, he thought he was. There was one night that Destiny Dawn, she's a bartender, and he was trying real hard.
With her?
She wasn't, and she even told him, she goes, just so you know, I will never, ever, ever sleep with you, so you may as well stop trying.
well, that's pretty clear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's she's a brave, brave woman, she just doesn't give give a shit either. She just puts it out
Bartenders
there.
are usually
She puts it in, yeah, she's,
up on the shoulder.
I love her, she's awesome, yeah, we're friends. But she even came to me and said, yeah, just make sure he knows,
Yeah.
you know, 'cause and that might have been one of the nights that he was a little drunker, and he just thought, well, I'm gonna get that, 'cause she was being teasy or flirty or something,
Sure.
but she kinda does that with everybody,
Yeah, well,
and you just kinda took her on, but,
get your tips that way,
yeah, right, exactly.
right? So, good bartender then. Any others that you can think of, women-wise, whatever, that prior to the Jordan era or even during?
God, I think he did brag about him and Laz picking up some women, you know, banging some women at Laz's house, but I don't details, 'cause when dudes, that just bugs me, and I try to tune it out when guys start bragging about pussy and
Yeah.
dude, I don't give a fuck what you did. I don't.
Right.
It's, you know, I don't tell you about shit girls I like.
Yep.
I don't want to, because it just sounds so cheap and so, you know.
High schoolish?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Really, I mean, yeah, now that you're saying it, it's like something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It is, and I try to tune it out, but yeah, I think there may be one or two times that I've heard something in there, but he always goes back to Jordan. And none of my business. Go.
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
Yep. All right.
The other thing he told me is that he couldn't leave Jordan because she would psycho out on him.
She would psycho out.
Yeah, she's one of those, she's not native girls, man, they're crazy. She'd probably fucking cut my dick off or kill me or something if I ever, yeah, and I think that was in part of one of these conversations when I tried to act him a little older and saying, why do you do that? Why don't you just leave Jordan? Why do you know?
Yeah. So is there anything else you can think of initially here?
Mm-mm.
You still got me wondering who I had in my house with my daughter. And she never stayed there, but she had been there when he was there.
How old is your daughter?
15.
Well, you're gonna figure out probably today that he made a pretty good choice not having them around.
I think Destiny told me that too.
Destiny said the same
Yeah,
thing?
she said the same thing. She goes, yeah, good idea.
You think that's just
was-
from her, just from being a little aggressive those couple nights,
Well,
or?
they don't drink. The bartenders don't drink.
No, but I mean, him being,
Probably part to do with that, and probably part that she has the opportunity to read people
mm-hmm,
in a sober light
sure,
and listen to the things people say
yeah,
that you not necessarily notice when you're on the drinking side of the bar, but she can see how people
right,
how to act. So now I must not act so bad because I'm still a friend. I'm still invited to her little cookouts and
Sure.
things like that, and where she. It's probably a good idea, Jeff. She doesn't seem like probably shouldn't have him in your house. Type deal.
okay,
And at that point, that was a move. You know, the decision was already made, and I think he was. Yeah, very
what do you
up with it.
think made your decision for you? Or?
I just to get him out of the house.
Yeah.
I like a shit with a door open.
Understood.
to be honest.
Don't need someone around.
I don't need
Understood.
someone around. In my
Not what I
opinion.
not what I expected, but I like it.
Well, you know, I
like
guess
it.
you
got
can take
your
it
own
how
thing.
you want, but you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
yeah,
You got your own thing.
if I want to
it's your
walk around
place.
my drawers, I'll walk around my drawers. If I want to,
Yep.
bring girls home, I can bring them home. If I want to,
Whatever you want.
throw bananas at the wall, I can do it. It isn't. I don't need to have someone wondering, And they were down there screwing on my couch too, so that was another little bit of it too. That I was kind of like, man, really?
Yeah.
And you can't say, "Would you stop that?" Because gotta give the guy his privacy, because they did let him come in the house, but, yeah, there was all that.
Okay, all right,
Mostly I just like it being my daughter.
understand. Alrighty. Well, I think what we'll do is, we'll start off here with just going along with the statement, and pretty much we're hashing everything we kinda talked about already, but have Sarge do more of a formalized typing of it.
And that's what I'm doing, right? I'm doing it as we're chatting here.
As we're
so.
going. And then, you know, we'll give you a little more as we go through here.
Sure.
Like
You don't want to
we said-
influence my answers in any way, and it's...
There you go.
I get it.
There you go. And we just want to, like I said from the very beginning, like Lieutenant said, and like Sarge said, this is, yes, to see what you know or don't know, okay? And you're sitting in a soft room right now, not in one of our regular interview rooms, okay?
Yeah.
So, this is more of, along with the protection for you as well.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like he said, because you did pick him up this morning. George
And most
did live
mornings
with you
for work
for
I
some
do,
time.
yeah.
Okay.
Like yesterday I didn't go, I texted him, I said, better call Jay Bird, because I don't feel good, and I got, you know, shits basically. I said,
Yeah.
I ain't going in, because I'm not gonna sit in the toilet all day.
Yeah.
And he got a ride from Jay Bird or Mike, and they, one of the two, and they went and worked at Nick's house. But typically, yeah, I pick him up just because he's close.
Okay.
And you know, if you guys think about it, he's got my house key.
You want that back?
Yeah,
Is it on a key ring or something?
he must have it on his key ring. And I've been meaning to get it back, and I thought about, man, I should have it over so I get it back. I thought he put it back in the grill, but I did tell him, for now, just stick it on your key ring when you're staying here, and I never got it back, so.
Okay.
And he still has some things down in the basement too.
He does have some things in the
Yeah.
basement?
Yeah.
Like?
Not much,
no-
like some clothing items that he has folded up on the, he asked if he could, can I just keep a couple things here till I find my own place?
Okay.
And I said,
Do you know, could you describe or tell me what he has there, or where it's located?
there's some clothing items there, and I think he might have some mail, and he might have some food items,
Okay.
snack stuff down there.
So it'd be in your basement?
Yeah.
And was there like a separate room down there?
Yeah,
or-
when you walk down the stairs to the basement, it's like a big open area, there's a bar area, and then in the back, there's a laundry area.
Okay.
So if you walk in to the right, there's a bar area there, and there's stuff's on top of the bar.
Okay. So whatever you would have would be in that?
It would be, yeah, be there or underneath the cubby behind, but, I think most of that, I was looking for something down there, and I peeked, and I might have had a couple things underneath, like the food stuff,
Okay,
but on top, I think all his clothes were folded on the top of it.
okay.
But stuff that he wasn't wearing at
Sure.
the time, so he kinda just took, his shorts and his work stuff and his boots and...
What you needed in the rest, you kinda
Yeah,
left
and I
there?
said, whatever, I'm just glad you're getting out of my house for now, and,
Yep.
yeah, you can get your...
And so he was doing laundry at your place still occasionally, once in a while?
Yeah, he'd call and ask nicely, and, hey, would it be a big problem if I came over and washed some clothes? Because he did buy some laundry soap, and he's got that down there too,
Okay.
so, and I've been using it.
Well, hey.
Yeah, it smells like dragon fruit. And,
Renter's fee.
yeah, and like I said, the other day I didn't want anyone over because I just was feeling yucky. Matter of fact, I was supposed to do something with my dad and my daughter, and I said, yeah, no, I'm just
You were not
sour stomach, we're not gonna do anything tonight. I'm just gonna, I was kinda snoozing and being lazy and didn't want anything to do with anyone, so I kind of ignored him. And then the other day I said, are you doing laundry or what? And he said, not today. Actually, I said yesterday, because that was kind of my thinking, I'd get my key back.
Gotcha.
And then it was yesterday, and he said, not tonight, Jordan's working, I'm just laying around at the house there. he lives on this guy's couch, and this guy's bedroom has got the bathroom in it, so it's pretty small quarters for two big dudes. They're both,
Good
you
size.
figure you're right, yeah, they're
Okay.
both, yeah.
Does he stay with Jordan and sometimes, or never?
I don't know if I didn't think so, because
Okay.
I don't think her mother cares for him.
Okay.
I think she's jealous or pissed
Upset.
off. I know he's been there, but I don't know if he stays there.
What's Matt's last name?
Wassenberg.
Wazenberg?
And he owns a place that Steve stays at now.
Okay. Do you know where's he live? Do you know?
On 15th, and I can't tell you the number. I don't know.
That's where you picked him up this morning?
Yeah, yeah. That little white shack with the
Do you wanna
dead
add
rat
this?
tied to the front of the house.
No, I'm good.
Okay. With the what?
The
Dead
neighbor,
rat?
the neighbor's a weird guy. He's got a rat, like, wired up to one of the posts on his front porch fence.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was like wrapped around it.
like a
And I was...
rubber rat?
No, like a real
Oh, that's weird.
freaking, yeah, real rat. And I was looking at it, and I'm wondering what it was. It looked like, I couldn't tell from the car, is it a piece of wood or something? And then I asked Steve, I said, he goes, no, that's a rat. I'm like, the guy's weird next door.
Yeah, I'd say.
Okay, or maybe it's voodoo, I don't know, what is going on?
Jeff, do you remember anything like, Memorial Day weekend, Memorial Day, right or in that area? Anything specific, I mean, did you guys hang out over that weekend at all, or, I mean, I don't even remember what I was doing that weekend, probably working, but.
I don't think we did, because I think I was grilling with my dad, but
Okay.
Memorial, I can't,
Was he living with you think, at that time?
that's hard to say. I can't remember if I was in, I know at some point this summer I went over to Minnesota with my dad and my sisters. I don't remember if that was Memorial Weekend. It may have been.
Or could it have been even a week before that?
That I went over?
Yeah.
It could have been. I should ask because it was my niece's christening.
Okay.
So I can get that from my sister. She'll be able to tell us.
So, that,
Yeah, and
Like-
I know that was going on. I think he was still at the house. I think he said he had the house to himself because I was going to Minnesota.
so either the week of Memorial Day or the week before,
Yeah.
you may have been in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And he was already at your house, so he would have been there by himself that week?
Yeah, I don't, was it for his first communion? I think it was. I don't think it was Memorial Weekend.
I think it was before?
Yeah, I don't think they would do it on Memorial Weekend.
Probably not.
Yeah. So it might
First
have been
communion,
before.
that's a lot in the, usually
Yeah.
at middle, end of
People don't wanna
May.
interrupt their vacations.
Exactly.
like that.
So you think it was right before
I
that?
think it was before that.
Where'd you go over there?
Bloomington.
Bloomington? Yeah.
Okay. So, George,
Please don't, I mean,
no, we're
keep
not,
me on fact, because I'm trying to pull
Nope.
stuff up that,
totally understand.
I'm not trying to throw you guys
No,
off or
and
anything. I'm trying to.
we're trying to just
Yeah.
help you narrow down focus to help us and try and put some timelines together here too. So you would have,
He was at the house by himself.
so you would have been at the house
Yeah.
at that time already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we're looking around that the third week of May, give or take, somewhere in that area, 'cause Memorial Day would have been, let's see, what was Memorial Day?
I'll tell you, if you get your people to pull up the texts on there, you'll be able to tell right when he moved in.
Okay,
Yeah. Cause he asked, and I think it came a day or two later, and I said, fine, we'll let you, can't let you on the street or whatever,
Yeah.
and come on
well,
in.
Mother's Day was the 8th of May. And our Memorial Day would have been on Monday the 30th.
Mother's Day, what did we do? 'Cause we did something for Mother's Day, 'cause my mom passed away last year in June,
Okay.
and we did something right around then for her. I remember it was out cemetery, and then I think it was at Dad's. I think I had my daughter.
He wasn't, George, Steve?
No, I didn't have my daughter, 'cause she was with her mother on Mother's Day. So I'm sorry?
He wasn't in the picture at that time?
I don't
Not living with you?
think so, I don't think so, no,
Okay.
I'm not living with me.
Alright, so we're saying, so Memorial Day was on the 30th, which was Monday.
Yeah, you can keep asking me, I won't be able to.
Nope,
give you
and
a
that's
sure,
fine,
yeah.
I'm just trying to
I'm
throw out some dates in case
trying to
something.
put the calendar up in my head here. and
Yeah.
visualize.
But Minnesota, when you went to Minnesota, that was before Memorial Day, probably the week before Memorial Day, or week that, somewhere, it was before Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, I remember, but it was hot over there, but it got hot over there early, so.
Yeah, and then, but Steve was living at your place then already.
I think so.
Okay, and that's,
And that's,
and like I said, we'll clear it up with the text messages.
Yeah,
And
and
we'll be-
I apologize if I'm off.
Well,
Nope, I may as well be.
I don't remember what the hell I did yesterday, so don't,
Well,
yeah,
don't worry
we're going
about
back 6, 8
we're
months.
just trying to throw some dates out that
Yeah.
help you, maybe something triggers, but if not, we get it.
And you look at my sister's text too.
And like you said, the phone probably, your sister's text, oh, for when you went
Yeah,
over
Jen,
to Minnesota.
Jen's in there too, so she may have said, you know, when are you and Dad leaving, when are you coming over?
Right.
What time you guys leaving, so we can, you know, or text me on the way over, when are you gonna be here, 'cause I don't make something to eat kind of thing.
Gotcha.
It usually takes us like 4 hours, usually get over.
When you did go, not saying specific date or that, do you know how long you were gone? Was it just an overnighter, or was it?
I think it was 2 days.
Like a 2
We usually
days?
go, yeah, I think we left on, it was either Friday night or Saturday morning, and we came back Sunday afternoon, 'cause I have to work usually Mondays, but.
Okay, so like over a weekend thing?
Yeah, just go for the 2 days, we don't
Probably
We
a
don't
Friday.
extend it, 'cause my dad doesn't like staying there, 'cause my sister's not, she's kind of, I don't know, their house is in disarray, and he's OCD, so he,
Oh,
he
gotcha.
Yeah, and the kids are wild, so she has 3 little ones, so.
Okay.
He's just not used to that.
Probably over a weekend though.
Yeah, it was a weekend, yeah.
For work and
It
everything.
was a Saturday and a Sunday, and we came
For
back
sure.
Sunday, but, like, if it was Friday night also, it may have been Friday night we left.
Okay, okay.
Matter of fact, yeah, 'cause my dad stayed with them, and Chloe and I stayed in a hotel. I remember that, 'cause I wasn't getting stuck in one of the kids' bedrooms. So we stayed in a hotel, so we could find you that information too.
And Chloe is
My daughter.
your daughter?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
okay.
So you're there over Friday, Saturday? Friday, Saturday,
And
Sunday?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yeah. Sunday was cookout, we left, pretty sure we left after that cookout.
So you stayed 2 nights?
Yeah, I think it was 2 nights,
2
yeah.
nights, okay. So if it was, though, and
Yeah,
like
if
you
it's
said,
not
we're
2
not
nights, I
saying
apologize again.
that's okay, and like we said, we're not, you know, I know that's a long
I'm trying to
ways
remember
go.
things, and it's helping me talking.
Yeah,
about it.
and that's exactly
And
what
might have
we're
been-
trying to do, so,
We stayed in the hotel, and then we got picked up in the morning. It was only Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, 'cause we only stayed 1 night in the hotel.
So you go over Saturday?
Tyler's here.
okay.
Want to have dump that phone? We have the.
I don't need it, just, let me know, it's okay.
Yeah, we're
Yep,
good. So, 1 night, Saturday night?
Yeah, Saturday
Okay.
night and Sunday we got picked up. Dad drove up, he picked us up at the hotel after breakfast, and then we went to the church.
Okay.
Christian.
So
And
if it is that week before Memorial Day, that's putting us around the 21st of May,
Yeah.
give or take. That would be that Saturday, but it could be somewhere around there.
It could be said,
It-
and I could
we
be
could
told,
be
I could
further
be
off.
completely off too. I'm
Not a problem.
guessing, and if I am, I would really apologize, but.
So what'd you take to Minnesota?
To Malibu, my dad's Malibu.
So your truck was here?
My truck was probably in Dad's garage. I probably drove that over to Dad's, put it in the garage, and he closed the garage up. And Steve
Okay.
had no way to get in there.
So Steve went to use it?
No.
Steve wouldn't have access, or George.
Well,
You know him by Steve.
I'm
Yeah,
calling
George.
Steve in here, Steve George, yeah.
Yeah.
No, George, I don't, no, he put, not that.
Steve.
Either one. I don't,
Yeah,
I don't
I put
think-
Steve Jordan, that's, I mean, you know,
Dad
Steve,
didn't pick me up, and I wouldn't have left it with Steve if that's,
Okay.
yeah. Usually, if we ever do anything, I bring it over, park it in the garage, 'cause then they'll close it, the security,
did he have, now we'll see how good your memory is, did he have his Explorer yet?
No.
That was
He didn't have it when he stayed with me at all.
at all?
No.
So, okay.
It was gone, but he was riding a bus. He was on a Greyhound bus back to Virginia. And then when he turned around and came back, he had nothing. And that's why he came, I said, what happened to your vehicle? Oh, it got stolen.
So he was on, you were saying that he was actually, you had met him, and then he was on his way?
I met him, and he was in town for a short stint.
Yep.
And then he had to turn around and go back. We all met each other, and it was cool.
Yep.
And then, oh, you're leaving already?
So then he said he was leaving to
Yeah.
go back to Virginia, so
Yeah.
he was on a bus, and then he
In midstream of his bus ride in Indiana somewhere, I believe.
ends up coming
Because-
back.
Turns around and comes back because, according to him, the lawyer told him that his land, his mother's land, is in contest because his uncle lived there.
So the reason he was on the Greyhound was because he was saying that his vehicle had been stolen.
Yeah, and he needed to get back to Virginia
Yeah.
so he could claim his
Gotcha.
inheritance and all that. Yeah, that was kind of the deal.
Okay. Again, trip in memory, maybe. When you got back from your trip, when you got back from Minnesota, now we're talking in that May,
Like I said,
give or take.
if he was there, but I think he was. If he was there, that's my
Right,
whole
I
thing. I
understand.
might, and I drink too much, so sometimes my memory isn't so good.
Did you, anything out of the ordinary, like when you came back, anything that seemed different about him, or he was in a rush, or needed to be places?
No, but he was,
Nothing?
whenever.
I mean, compared to your
No, I don't-
normal buddy, kind of got to know, to, was there ever a sudden shift?
No, because and I couldn't notice, because when we were at home, he gave me my space. He did. He stayed down in the basement. He'd pop his head in once in a while and say, hey man, me and Jordan are going somewhere, we're going to the store, do you need anything?
Sure.
Or, run into him when he's using the bathroom, in the kitchen, you have to walk through the kitchen to get to the bed. Hey, otherwise, he didn't hang out upstairs in the living room with me with a good TV or nothing. He had television and Netflix and stuff downstairs I had set up for him. And, he really didn't give me an opportunity to notice if he was acting different. So I know he spent a lot of time with Jordan.
Okay.
I mean, he was gone with her friends. He was either going frisbee golf, or they were doing something, or hanging out in someone's backyard, or, going, I'm sure they were all getting high.
Do you have any rough idea, or remember a date when he actually would have left your place? I mean, other than him coming back once in a while to do laundry, but that day, or narrow down of when you said, time to go.
I wish.
It's all right.
Yeah, I want to say, it was long after the 4th of July, so it had to be, what was it? Boy, everything's just blurring up now. I can't remember the day he moved out. I
Okay.
can't. And I just put it, I said, hey man, and I even left it open-ended a little bit, because I said, well, my daughter's gonna be here for a week,
Mm-hmm.
and, maybe after, we'll see what happens, but, and then I was like, it was only supposed to be a few days,
Sure.
and I all the respect, I kinda like my privacy.
Yep.
Kinda deal. I even explained that to Matt Wasserberg, but Matt, he'll tell you the day he moved in, cause he moved in, cause I remember I was so happy, cause I talked to Matt before I talked to Steve, and Matt said, oh yeah, he's moving in, cause I was at the bar, Matt was at the bar, but Steve wasn't, and Matt says, well here, I'll call him, and Steve was moving in like the next day, so, I was like, yes. I was happy, I was like, thank God. And, cause I explained this, I said the same thing to Matt. Hey, you know, my daughter's coming to stay with me, you know. He goes, that's fine, cause my roommate's out, and we're gonna look at finding a place together, me and Steve. They're gonna find a bigger place, a 2-bedroom. So and I was like, thank you. That means they're not coming back. He's not, so yeah,
That's all right.
I wish I
And
could
like you
narrow
said,
it down, cause I just can't, for one, I was up at 3 this morning, haven't been feeling well, and my memory's just not.
It's okay.
Sometimes I can snap things up, but sometimes
Well, kind of getting jolted by us stopping you too doesn't help. Your
Well,
mind
I'm
is different, but that's why
feel
we're
better
sitting
about it now
talking
because
to you and trying to
yeah,
help remember a few things. And
I keep thinking about Chloe, you know, I'm like, and what her mom's gonna think after she hears about this. Whatever this is, it doesn't sound like it's gonna be very good. So, if he's killed someone, or if he raped somebody, or if he just robbed a bank, or what the fuck he did, but she's gonna look unfavorably. You know.
Well, but it's not your fault, it's not like
Well,
it's not like you were
and I got him
involved.
out of the house, but yeah,
Yeah, so,
I'm pretty good dad, so I try to be.
well, in the back of your mind, there was something. That's why you wanted them out. Your own privacy, whatever it was, you were saying to yourself,
And I said,
and there were reasons.
boy, what a nice guy you are, Jeff, but you really don't know this fucking guy, cause, you know,
Yeah.
I could've.
So
Yeah,
you're right.
I could've had Jeffrey Dahmer living in there and not known it. Well, you know what I mean.
you're pretty close, but.
Oh.
Did he ever, how much do you follow the news? You?
I watch Fox News Channel.
Okay.
I don't watch the local stuff very often. In the morning, I put it on for the weather.
You watch
I try to catch a little bit here and there, but I don't really religiously turn it on.
newspapers.
Newspaper,
Local.
I don't read newspaper.
Okay.
There's been a couple homicides in Bellevue here
Yes.
in the last couple months.
Holy shit. Okay, hold on. Look, read my text. He fucking asked me if I knew so-and-so, Suzette something or another, in a text. And I said, sounds familiar. I think I know who that is. And
Is that recently?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
very recently?
Yeah, and I don't know why, and I was thinking it was someone from the bar when I said it, because there is a Suzanne that comes in there, just a bigger girl that flirts a little bit.
Okay.
And that's what I thought was talking about it. They said, oh, someone went up and he said someone shot her. And that's, yeah.
So he talked about that.
Yeah, he texted me about it.
Did he talk
He
about?
texted me and asked me if I knew who that was.
Do you remember the one prior to that? That happened?
Yeah, there was another one, that was in Bellevue, it was De Pere, that was De Pere. There was one,
Oh, it was right down here, yeah.
It's kind of both.
okay,
Yeah, it's.
I remember, I didn't think it was that recent, but,
Well, it's, to help a little bit, it's right about the time that we're talking about in May.
cause he said that Suzette was Jordan's mom's best friend.
Jordan's mom's best friend.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and then and after he said it, I think about it, well, that's not the girl from the bar, but then that's also where he met Jordan's mom, and Jordan was at the bar.
Okay.
So, yeah, but, I mean, I guess I would think nothing of it. I think he was thinking it was somebody that he knew.
Do you remember anything about hearing anything of the one that Sarge was talking about?
One in De Pere.
Earlier. The one in De Pere.
I don't know the details, I know I remember seeing the news, and they had a street blocked off, and they showed a house, and they showed a field, and cop cars and stuff, but I don't remember any of the details. I think a woman got shot and, or killed, or I don't even know how, but that's all that's what
But he never,
he never mentioned that one.
is there any, there was,
Holy fuck.
there's a text to you, during
This
that
time frame.
that time frame, this incident, the night of, there's
Mhm.
a text to you from him, and he's asking, and all I know is this one text,
Mhm.
and he's asking if you're still at the bar. Now, and I know you're not gonna remember this, because it was in May, I understand that, but so we're thinking, obviously, we're thinking you're here physically.
Okay.
So obviously, it wasn't when you were in Minnesota, so we're thinking you were here, but I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to look at your phone.
Go ahead.
And we'll have to sit down with you to see if you can put the conversation together for us.
Yeah.
Because to see where,
You know, he does that a lot. He'll text me, and if I don't want anything to do with him, I just
Don't
ignore
reply
it.
back.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
just don't.
and that's,
Like, I'll be at the bar, and Destiny's working or something, I'm not gonna say I'm there, 'cause he'll show up, and
then you gotta deal
then
with that.
Destiny's, yeah, well, gee, thanks, Jeff, for bringing your flirty-ass friend over here, but, oh, my God, holy shit.
And like,
I'm like,
Sarge
going
said,
in a
that's-
tunnel right now, holy shit.
that's the only text I know of right now that we're of concern with right now. And it was during that time frame, asking if you were still at the bar, of a night that we were looking at.
Wow, I gotta sit down, holy fuck. I specifically, I don't know.
That's okay.
I never thought of him like that at all. I never even, you know, I thought he's a little rednecky and smoked some weed and fucked some girls and cheated a little bit and, you know.
Did he say more about the recent?
No, he never,
Other
I
than
never
that text?
spoke of it with him
Okay.
verbally, just the text stuff.
Okay.
And I think I texted, I said, oh, I think I know her, or, yeah, I know her, but thinking that was just Suzanne.
Yeah, Suzanne, not Suzette.
And then he said something about, oh yeah, she was shot, execution style. That's what he said in the text.
He said that in the text?
And then I went on the news, and then I went on Google it,
Yeah.
and I looked it up to
And
see.
what-
And where was I when I did that? Why was I don't know. Where was I that I did that? Maybe it was at home. But I just, I looked up, I want to see if that was who
Okay.
I was thinking it was, but no, it was Suzette, not Suzanne.
Is he, I know, he doesn't obviously have a vehicle, from what you're saying,
Mhm.
right? Was he ever hanging with any of the bikers or in a group that you know of?
I don't know anyone that he hung out with except for Jordan's little crew of younger kids,
Okay.
and but that was just at the bar
Right.
and at home,
Okay.
and that's, I don't,
You don't know, and nothing beyond,
no.
okay.
Oh
All right.
my God.
So, Jordan, does Jordan have a vehicle?
Yeah, it's a silver Kia, what is it?
Silver, like I
She's
said,
got the-
I don't know if it's a Kia Soul, it's something like that boxy
Okay.
looking.
And does Jordan's mom, do you know?
They're, trying to think, he used to brag about their last name, because they're big in the tribe.
Okay.
They're big, they got all kinds of money and this and that, and
Gotcha.
Simpson, I can't remember.
So do you, when he sent you that recent text about, the recent homicide, the most recent one, he wasn't staying with you?
Nope.
So that, cause that was pretty recent.
Yeah, he was still
Okay.
wasn't very.
And did would he have had any access to your vehicle or any other,
No, because I only have the one key.
Okay. So
And
you
my
wouldn't
dad's
know.
got a key, and that's it. He doesn't have access to my dad's house. It's pretty secure. It is in a condominium
No,
owner association, so there's, and,
Yeah, he ain't getting in.
yeah, and then,
where's that?
oh, yeah, because that's in Howard.
Okay.
In Howard. I know where I was. We were in Wisconsin Dells when he sent me that text.
For the most
Yeah,
recent?
I was just in Wisconsin Dells.
Okay.
Yeah. Last Monday, Tuesday, and came home Wednesday because Chloe had work Thursday. I don't.
And
yeah,
what,
I was tired.
that's okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
And what did you guys drive there?
The
To the Dells?
the Malibu went down and the Blazer, Dad's Blazer, both of their vehicles. And my car was parked in Dad's garage. My truck.
Your truck would have been in Dad's garage.
I don't trust it for a long trip. So, met him in the morning, put it in his garage.
I just got rid of my '93 Dodge Caravan that had like 330,000
Oh,
miles
God,
on
That's
it.
nice, wow.
And it
That
was,
thing should be up on a block.
well, it got, your truck kind of reminded me, what years is older, 90, right?
98.
98, oh, so it's,
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, it's,
I just like him because he can fix everything on him.
yeah, you can still work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine I had to finally junk it, so.
There's
So, yeah, I
no
was-
way he has access to your truck though, when it's at your dad's.
No, no. Oh God, I hope not. There'd be no way. He'd have to know the code.
The code to get into the
Yeah,
garage?
he's got a punch code. He worked for the landscape company that did my dad's lawn.
Okay.
He worked, and that's, I can't remember it. But he worked, cause
Lizer?
I remember, no, they're big.
That's a big one.
They're bigger. But I remember, cause I know it's cause I visited my dad quite a bit since Mom died. Went over, pulled in the driveway, and I looked, and Steve's working, and I already knew him at this point.
Okay.
But he wasn't living with me,
Okay.
but he's working for his landscape. He was running, and he talked to my dad, but he was running the wheelbarrow up and down the road. But he couldn't have got,
So one, you'd have to have a key for the truck.
and the key was sitting on the seat of the car, cause I didn't bring him,
Okay,
because I was losing him in.
And two, you would need to know the code to
The
get
code to
in
get
the
in.
garage.
Or break in
Okay.
somehow. There's no alarm, but it's all old people, man, they're so nosy.
Yeah.
But if he,
And it's a corner lot too, so it's hard to,
Jeff, is there, but if, and we don't know this, and hopefully we can figure it out.
the only way is if
If
he
he-
duplicated a key.
But if you were here, and all I'm going by is the one text. I don't know if you were here or not, but if you were here, and this is a Friday night, Saturday morning, is there any possibility that if you're here, that he would have your truck? Just, even remotely,
We're
that-
talking,
would he?
I would say less than 1%. There's less than % that he could have snuck it out from under me. There's no way. No. Cause I hear everyone I drive by. And the driveway goes right past my bedroom window.
But so no way that, I'm trying to,
I didn't let him use it.
No, I'm just playing, okay, I'm playing scenarios. If you guys are at the bar, he wouldn't leave with it,
and then come back.
and then text you, are you still at the bar, and then come back and pick you up or anything?
No.
I'm just, no.
We're just throwing
Okay,
out.
that's, that's,
No, that's it.
and I'm not, and that doesn't make you.
Especially in that situation, I don't let people, try. We went on this pub crawl, I let my friend Rob drive because he wasn't drunk.
Mhm.
When he
Oh,
picked me up and brought
yeah.
me home,
Oh, yeah.
Right.
But
Smart
that's
thing.
it, that's the difference.
Well, that's
But
right.
Rob and Nancy, they're dear friends and I've known them for several years, not someone like, here's my keys, and that's. No.
Okay.
Well, hopefully, Steve,
you-
hopefully Steve is taking responsibility for his actions, and this is a new conversation for us.
Right, oh, I
But,
get it.
but if not, we have to jump through the hoops and do everything that we can, but obviously, and I'm not being coy with you, but we wouldn't be here if we didn't know stuff.
And I think when he was a kid, he shot a man.
Why do you think that?
So he talked about it, but he said he was in his house and self-defense and stuff like that when he was younger in his dad's house.
In Virginia?
Yeah. Yeah. He said, yeah, that's all old news. And he was, how would I hear that? He was talking to somebody at the bar about it. He wasn't talking to me about it over.
Do you need a restroom right there?
No,
You're good? Okay.
So you have a gist of where we're at.
yeah, he said he killed a couple people.
Well,
That's it's just
we-
so surreal.
we don't know a couple, okay? We don't know
Well,
that. We're looking,
you're looking at one specifically,
and who
being the
knows
same
what.
area you're going with that, I'm getting that in my head.
Okay.
This is really, wow, man.
Of course, it sounds like.
That's creepy.
I mean, wow, I don't know where he gets his information, but it sounds like he made comments to you that it's not public knowledge, so, but it's public knowledge
Well,
to people that would know
Because
about.
after he said it, because I remember I was down there, and I'd being curious, so I make sure that's who I was thinking.
Yeah.
And then I went at my iPad, I think it was either in my iPad or my phone, and I
Googled it.
Googled it, yeah. I said shooting, and then I think I had to do a couple different searches because it wasn't popping up, and I was getting a little stuff.
But he did say
He
execution
said-
style?
He said execution style, he said her name,
Okay.
and it was it was actually on the,
On the text.
it was on the,
Oh, no.
on a Google site, yeah, it was on a news site.
It was on the news site
What her name was, yeah.
that was her, but do you remember what it said? I mean, it didn't say
I don't think it said execution style, no. Killed.
Okay. She was killed.
Murder.
Murder,
Yeah, murder,
sure.
yeah, same thing, murder. But yeah, she had a text, that's what he texted me.
How about I go?
And I was in Wisconsin Dells, we were at Wilderness.
Yeah, we're gonna go talk to the lieutenant for a second.
Okay.
To see where they're at with the phone, because we want, like he said, be able to
Mhm.
hear, do you remember blah, blah, blah about this? And then we'll move forward and we're gonna
See what else we need.
see what else,
Yeah, I
and
wanna
we'll
help
go
you
from
guys,
there.
if that's what's going on here, that's,
Do you need the bathroom or anything? Cause we'll be right back in just a minute.
I'll be fine, yeah.
Okay,
I
water?
didn't eat breakfast or nothing today, just my
Okay,
belly.
Thanks, Jeff.
we'll be right back.
No problem.
You can look at it.
Okay. How much more, what else do you have?
I'm pretty close with this.
Statement?
Yeah. Here's what we're gonna do, is, just so you,
Mhm.
do you need anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay, here, I'm gonna go have the analyst, I want him to print off a couple, 3 days worth of stuff,
Mhm.
for the text messages in May, to see if we can, if it'll refresh your memory.
Okay.
So we're gonna do that, we're gonna finish this up. Then, we're not playing games, but we're gonna have another investigator talk to you about
Specifically about that other text,
Suzette,
Let's use that one.
okay?
cause
Because it's a different,
they're different, but and that's a different person running that show, investigator.
Gotcha.
So we don't wanna mix things
Yeah.
if
I
they're
got
not
it.
mixed, okay?
Yeah.
And then go from there.
you know, I'm not concerned, I'm not
Is-
your truck, his access to your truck, not your problem, but it concerns me that he might have had access to your truck.
You can check anything you want,
Okay,
yeah, that's.
there is, you know, you said there's a snowball's chance in hell, especially with the connection with your dad's.
Mhm.
He may have had access to your truck. So, which is not your fault, it's just he may have.
I highly doubt it.
Right.
I really
Right,
do. I
and
really
that's
But-
what we told
So,
them.
so I'm gonna go have the.
Matt's too, he might, Matt,
So
check out
great.
Matt's truck too.
What kind is Matt's truck?
He's got an old piece of crap pickup, a full-size pickup. He's got a,
Color?
it's green or it's orange or it's red, I can't remember. I've just seen it a couple times. I think it's green. Because I think I've mistaken it for someone else's that I know. I believe it's, and that's older. I think it's a Ford, it's an older Ford. It might be red, I just can't. You know, I could tell you quotes from movies and put me on.
Right there, that's a picture of where you picked them up today,
Yeah.
that house.
Mhm.
Does that look right?
Yep.
Would that be his garage, or is that a different garage?
There's,
Or is this like a
I'm not
duplex?
sure, this is a
Duplex,
duplex, yeah.
so they maybe share?
Yeah, I think that's how it works. Because
Okay.
he said there's a weird guy that lives next door, and that's a part of the same building.
So that red colored vehicle there,
That might be Matt's, and he doesn't work until 10 o'clock in the morning, so it's probably still there. But, here's the other thing, Matt sometimes spends time at his girlfriend's house.
okay,
And this is a new thing,
wow,
so just recently,
okay,
like the last 2 weeks, he started.
alright.
One old friend of his, he started seeing, so it,
So that's what we're gonna do, just because we don't wanna muddy any waters, and we wanna keep it clear for you.
I want you guys to catch
So-
this, yeah, if he did it, I want you to catch him, that's, holy fuck. This is so surreal.
Yeah.
It is weird, I mean, I don't know if it's even hit me yet, but I don't know if I'm gonna cry later, if I'm
You're probably gonna go through, you'll have a little bit of an adrenaline dump, which you probably had already.
I'm, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and so you could go through a couple
I don't
different
mean to laugh,
emotions.
Yeah,
But if I can encourage one thing, don't go have a drink.
yeah, right, okay.
Seriously.
I'm sure I'm gonna have to shut my mouth about this too.
We'll explain all that to
Yeah.
you. You go home, eat,
I'm gonna
drink
go,
tons
I'm
of
gonna go,
water.
I'm gonna go to Pod's house, I think.
Go to Pod's house.
Yeah.
but people who we've interviewed or find out about a significant tie or whatever, you don't wanna hit the bottle.
Right, yeah.
Because then you're gonna get all frickin' emotional and mad and pissed, and then
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
No,
go pig out, eat, do whatever you
No,
want.
I'm not, my name's not gonna show up in a paper or anything, is it?
No,
Okay.
no,
That's one of my big
no,
worries
no.
too, I don't wanna be
No.
everyone.
no.
I don't even really want people to know,
No,
I'm gonna have to tell my dad at some point, I'm gonna have to say.
and we'll talk to you a little further on how
I
we
know
can
you-
encourage,
You wanna go through your,
we gotta go through our thing.
yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, at one point, yeah, you'll be able to talk about it.
Sure.
But really, all we are doing right now is asking you some.
Nick's gonna ask me, I'm gonna have to say, can't talk, ongoing investigation.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta say right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You think you get a good read off somebody? And I'm guessing you guys are still trying to get information out of him,
Right.
but you guys,
Yeah, you're right.
you wouldn't have pulled this unless you had good reason.
No, the lead investigators, they've been working their butts off, so.
Are you guys gonna come go through the house?
They were talking about it. If we are, we'd be writing the search warrant, which you would then have the copy of the search warrant,
Right.
and then, yes, we would end up, going. I will let you know.
Yeah, just so that I'm there.
Yes.
whatever, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking, what did he do? Did he grab some girl boobies? Did he buy some drugs? Why would they want me for that? They don't need me for that. They got guys that do that. Oh, the mad crew. So then, the vehicle would be a couple days, a day, or long enough you gotta do your forensic tests and...
It won't be today, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, I just gotta arrange a pickup. I got a bike so I can get to the store and stuff.
Okay.
I can pedal.
Well, I mean, you're cooperating, your home, we wanna make it as easy as possible for you and to get back going on your,
Do what you gotta do, it's like my dad would tell me, he says, you just help them out and let them do their thing, and that's the right thing. Don't, don't try and...
and Sergeant Lynn will, and the other investigator that's gonna talk to you separately, we'll give you our cards, and if 24 hours from now, something goes,
remember.
holy crap,
Yeah.
you give us a holler, okay?
I have firearms in my house too, so,
Okay.
I have a pistol and I have a shotgun.
What kind of pistol do you have?
I have a Smith & Wesson Sigma 9mm.
9? Okay. And some, like, hunting for shotguns or
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah, it's 12 inch.
Alright.
So it's, usually, I keep them hid pretty good. Right now, I think there's in my closet.
I don't think there's anything to worry on that, but if we do go to your house,
I'll let you know where.
that would be a question just so we don't have to,
Accidentally find it.
well, or spend more time moving things if we don't need to.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna be a worry, but,
Just like throw it out there for you.
Yep, no, I appreciate that, thank you.
I believe in my gun rights.
Heck, yeah. I got a banana nut muffin or two in my car, you hungry, you good?
No,
or-
I'm fine.
Okay. I think there's nuts in them, I think my wife made some of both, but,
I think when I get home, I'll call Dad. Take me to breakfast somewhere.
go and get some breakfast.
Yeah.
Do you have an Apple account password?
Yeah. What is it? CHLOE 421, I think that's what I just changed it to.
C.
Capital C.
Capital C.
Lowercase HLOE 421. Chloe 421.
CHLOE 421 with a capital C.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. It's not gonna take them long. Do you mind if I just add that on there?
No, go ahead. After you download them, change everything.
Heck yes.
Yep. Not that I have much to hide, but,
No, I hear you.
I got a couple questionable pictures on there, but nothing illegal.
Well, and I was trying to say that without saying it, that's, I'm not worried about
I don't care.
any
Girls send me-
questionable
I had
pictures.
girlfriends send me booby pictures and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's all right.
So,
I guarantee you that our analysts and our guys, they download phones all the time and we get, that comes across all the time. So that's not even, and that's not the areas we're looking for, so.
I'm kinda feeling like Fry from Ferris Bueller's Day Off after he kicked that car out the back window.
He's just sitting there.
Oh, man.
I didn't wanna bump into him.
No, I didn't.
When did Steve switch phone numbers?
Ooh, that was pretty, that was early when he moved in. Yeah, 'cause he said he had to go get another.
I don't know what he did, I'm sorry.
I don't know exactly what the day was, but it was.
Was it June,
It was,
July, August?
I think it was right at the beginning when we moved in, 'cause I remember trying to get a hold of
June,
him.
July, August,
June, I think.
around June.
Yeah.
All right, so they're saying that it's showing an incorrect password. CH.
Capital C, capital C.
Yep.
HLOE
L-O-E.
421 should be my app. municipal account. If it's not that, shit, there's so many, then capital JEFF 4036. I thought I changed it, maybe I had changed it back.
JEFF
4036.
4036.
Try that.
Okay. Anything else? We'll try those.
Try those two, those are my typical ones, and then the only other one I can think would be is capital CHERRY WOOD 1, Cherrywood 1, capital C. Apple makes you have a cap, one capital
Right.
on it. Some weird shit happening here, man.
So I explained to him a little further, just, this is why and what we're gonna do. He asked if we are going to his house. I said,
We are.
we are, okay.
We are.
That, obviously,
There's
it's
firearms
the warrant,
there, so
and he
it's
wanted to
just-
let us know about,
Yeah. No,
Where
we're
firearms-
just gonna go, we're gonna do a consent.
okay,
Okay.
And you offered that verbally before, we'll do a written consent like we did everything else, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And we just want his stuff.
Okay.
I'm not tearing your house down like I'm looking for a nickel bag of weed.
Okay. I just wanted you guys,
No, no.
there was
Yeah.
a firearm in there, so
Nope, no,
in
we're
case
gonna.
you don't find it on
Yeah,
accident.
no, I just want his stuff, that's all I'm after, so,
Cause it is loaded, so I just.
yeah, so no, but we'll all go together.
Okay.
and the vehicle, I told him, for sure not today.
Well, you're gonna get it back, you can have it back, we're gonna go through it, and you can have
Oh,
it back.
okay.
Yeah, Lieutenant,
There you go.
Okay,
yeah,
no problem.
yeah,
I mean, if you guys need it, whatever you gotta do, just,
yeah, we're just
I
gonna go.
have a pedal bike and I can get schlepped around, so.
Okay, but, yeah,
Turns out you need it, but I really don't think he had it, so.
right, and I believe you, I mean,
Mhm.
you sound like you're pretty, I mean.
Oh, no, I'm trying to think hard, and when anybody, it would've had to be while I was out
Right.
cold and, sneak out.
Right, so,
I do hang my keys in the kitchen, so.
they were having trouble getting into his phone?
Yeah, and so I just sent them
Okay.
the other ones that he thought it may be possibly, and they have not, said anything back, so, I guess, I don't know what you had in there, whatever you think we,
Yeah, I'll read to you what I got so far,
Okay.
and then we'll make any. So what I have so far is, I give this statement freely to Sergeant Lind and DEO Trevor Bilbo. I understand I'm not under arrest and I'm free to leave at any time. I have given written consent for my DNA swab and my phone and truck to be searched. I met Steve, whose name may be George, at Richard Cranium's bar on Broadway Street in Green Bay. I met him sometime in late May of 2016. Steve was driving a Ford Explorer at this time. Steve said the Explorer was stolen, then later said it had been crashed and burned. Steve's wife and kids live in Virginia, and Steve's mom passed away recently. Steve was supposed to go back there, but didn't. Steve lived with me for about a month, probably during June of this year. Steve, I believe, lived somewhere on 5th Street near the bar when we first met. Steve also stays with Matt Wazenberg on 15th Street, where I picked him up this morning. Steve has clothing, items, food, etc. in my basement. Steve met Jordan after we met. I was in Bloomington, Minnesota, probably the week before Memorial Weekend for a family event, and Steve stayed at my house alone. Steve used my truck from the job sites to pick stuff up, but I don't remember him using it from my house when I was home. I went to Bloomington on Saturday and returned on Sunday. Steve did not have access to my truck during this time. Steve drinks and smokes weed, but I believe that's it.
real quick, do you have a different thing for iTunes?
iTunes is, I know that's capital CHLOV 421. I use that all the time. Now, there's another one you can try if they're not getting through, is Jeffro, capital J, Jeffro 1907. Which is beginning of,
Jeffro.
yeah, 1907. Sometimes I've used that in the past too. Usually doesn't.
And
Lately it
capital
hasn't.
J,
Yeah.
and the RO are small.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Nope, that's fine. Jordan drives a silver Kia, maybe a Soul. Steve did say recently that the girl, Suzette, that was killed, was best friend with Jordan's mom. Steve said she had been shot execution style by being shot in the head. Steve worked for the landscaping company that does my dad's yard. You know, it's kind of there's no real flow to the story, we're just picking out,
We're just getting the facts.
we're just getting,
Just
bang,
the facts,
this is
yeah.
the stuff, so this is what we know. I'm gonna add,
I can't.
you need to, the lieutenant asked you, and he would like you to add something on this, Sarge, in the statement. He just asked you something about when he switched
Oh, his phone.
phones. He switched a phone.
Yeah.
So he had an original number when you met back in May.
Yeah, and I got him a job, and then he actually, it should be in my text too, that this is my new number.
So he sent you a text saying this is your new number.
I don't
and
know
you-
if I even deleted his old, I might
Okay.
have had Big Country in there, or Steve. That's his nickname.
Big Country is
Yeah.
his nickname?
Yeah,
Okay.
Steve Big Country.
And when do you think he switched that phone?
It was early in the relationship
Okay.
that we had, the friendship, so it was early.
so phone numbers, you switch phone numbers?
He switched, no, he got a new phone.
New
He got a
phone.
new phone number.
Okay.
Yeah.
So...
Because I think I assumed he had a plan, and he wasn't paying a bill, so
Yeah.
he'd go get a track phone or something
Okay.
like that.
So you're thinking that was what, early, like,
Early-
couple days, or are you thinking like a couple weeks
Couple
of
weeks.
knowing each
Yeah,
other?
couple
So,
weeks.
end of May, June,
Yeah,
to be safe to say,
yeah,
somewhere in that area?
yes.
When was that again, I'm sorry? June something?
End of May, beginning of June.
Okay.
So I think his old number was out of state number.
They are saying there's a no-go on any of those passwords. I
Just
can
tell him
go,
to bring the phone in here. Just tell him to
Yeah.
bring it in here and let Jeff unlock it, so he can unlock his own phone.
I can unlock my phone, yeah.
Yeah, so, that's all they're trying
It's 4036.
that's,
yeah, but the other password that you
It's making them do that?
Yeah,
Oh. I don't, yeah, I'll try. I either just use my thumbprint, or I punch in
Hopefully that-
4036.
he can get them past that. If that works, I don't know.
It has to be one of those, 'cause that's all I have. Maybe it's lowercase, I don't know. I think Apple requires you to have one.
it's the iTunes backup. That's what,
I don't even know if I have that set up.
okay. So there would be his iTunes password.
My iTunes password is Chloe421.
CHLOE 421.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Yeah, 'cause whenever I ask it to download an app, it asks me for that.
For
After I
that.
punch in, yeah.
Okay, I'll just come over there quick.
And that's what I hate about Apple.
Seriously.
Oh, what? I don't have my keys. I'll have to come let us out. You can lock from the outside and.
Now I'm trapped.
I don't have
Now
my.
you're trapped.
Oh, maybe I do. Hold on. No, I don't have my, I don't know where my sweater keys must be on my desk.
Can you come let Randy or I out, please?
No, I didn't mean to lock you in here, Jeff. I didn't mean to lock any of us in here. It happens.
Why don't we just do that, right? Good place for you to be locked in though.
Thank you.
Sure, just send me a message and
No,
let them out.
no, Tim got us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Tim grabbed us. Thank you. So I added, and obviously I'm gonna let you read this, Jeff, but,
Sure,
you know, I will also give consent to search my residence to turn over Steve's items. Steve obtained a new phone and number in late May or early June of this year. I believe his first number was from out of state.
I think so.
You think that was a Virginia, or?
I think it was a Virginia
Okay.
number, somewhere down, yeah. I think that.
You don't remember that first number?
No, I don't.
You remember the new number? Or you just hit?
660 something, that's all I.
Okay.
I know, I just remember his text, because when he texts, it always ends with his name. You know, he'll say,
Okay.
blah, 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 Steve B. Country. He's got a tag, he must have some
Must
tag.
have that set up that way,
Yeah.
so, okay.
I just thought it was weird. Yeah, I know who it is.
Do you need anything? You
No,
good?
I'm still good, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just kind of in shock here. A little bit. It must be a part of that Apple security deal where, you know, how it took the government so long to get into Snowden's phone that
Yeah, but it's,
if you give them
I
the
thought-
password,
I thought if they had, of course, I'm not the analyst. I thought if they had.
it must be when you try and download off of it, it must automatically ask you for that. And it's so rare that I have to punch it in that I just,
Right.
but I only have four different go-to,
Mm-hmm.
and I switch between them. But when it makes me change it, then I'll switch between them.
Right.
You know.
I did that the other day with this, it's a password, it's an iPad, so it's a password to get in. And I changed it like 2 weeks ago. You think I could, I drew a complete blank. So I tried my normal, so I couldn't get into it. Our analyst, our computer guy had the back door for me, he's like, what the hell? But yeah.
Could be a problem, because I have an iPad, I have an Apple TV, I have iTunes on my computer,
Mm-hmm.
and my daughter has an iPhone. She has a separate account than me, but maybe it's because, you know, I was using my iPad last night, maybe that's messing with it.
Could be.
Guys are the police, you can get in anything, right?
Our analysts are good, yes.
That's creeping me out. So obviously he didn't, come out and say anything, huh?
I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
So they're working on your phone. The password deal is not anything you set up. There's a password for the backup, which sometimes people set up themselves, and other times it's a default password that is through the company. And that's the one he's just trying to figure out.
Oh,
So if
okay.
you personally did not set up a backup
I don't
that
think
you
I did.
recall,
Yeah.
then he's
Because
looking
I
at
don't
it right
understand
now
all
to
that
do
stuff that well, and I don't.
I don't know.
Right. Cause I back up to my computer.
Okay.
So when I plug it in, it automatically backs up stuff on my.
And do you remember nothing setting up on your computer?
I don't remember setting anything like that up.
Okay.
And I really don't even plug it in there, cause it does it wirelessly.
Okay.
And it's within, it's supposed to anyway. So I don't know if it does or not.
We'll just go let him know that. I think we're gonna take a look at his truck,
Mm-hmm.
and then, once they finish up here with the phone and whatever, then we'll look to probably head over towards your place.
Sure.
Well, actually, you gotta speak to the other investigator first.
Yeah.
Then we'll look to go over, okay, and then, I'll go over there. He just said, is it possibly backed up to his personal computer? Which is what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a password for the computer itself?
It is Cherrywood 1 for my personal computer. That's what I put when I open my,
Yeah.
that's what I have to punch in, is Cherrywood 1. As far as a backup, I always think it's the same thing, I always punch
Yeah.
it as Chick Chloe 421. That's, when I wanna download a song or a movie or an app, that's what I have to, and most of the time it just lets me use my thumb, right, for that, so. You guys are welcome to look at my own computer too, if you wanna try and make it work that way too. I don't know if the texts are necessarily gonna show up on there. I don't think they do,
I don't
it
think they
backs
do.
up like
Right.
my contacts and my
Photos and stuff.
photos and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it dumps your text and stuff in there.
If you're good, Sarge, with this part of it, Ally said we could switch with, Burn Claw,
Yes.
and then.
Do we want a separate consent for his house? Or how about we just do that at the house?
I think we'll do that there.
We'll just
if
do a
that's
separate
okay.
form when we go to your house, is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
That way everything's separate and clean, that way. So I think we're good here then. What I read to you, Jeff, but obviously.
Thank you again. I know this is a long morning already. Kinda an emotional roller coaster.
Well, this is, I don't even get sweat it because this is kind of important.
Okay, so here's, oops.
I do the same thing. My daughter is my go-to.
Okay, so it's today's date and time, we started this a little after 7. And I have your spelling of your name here, right?
Yes.
Is that right,
Yep.
correct? Okay,
Yes.
so it's your information there. And then this is what I read to you, but would you feel free to read that, please?
I think since it crashed and burned, I think he said they found it burned or something
Oh,
like that,
so
yeah.
take out the
He
crash.
never got it back, yeah.
So take out the crashed part?
Yeah, take out the crash part. These pens are nice, but my sister just gave me one.
Well, it's got the soft tip.
That's what, yeah.
Yeah, the other one always had it on the back, so I always had to.
We're doing the bills.
Let's see. So just leave it as,
Been burned, yeah.
then later said it had been burned?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just trying to keep it.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
we want it as accurate as possible, I'm not trying to put words in
I
your
mean,
mouth.
there's still things that I'm sure they'll come back to me that, and I'll call you and let you guys know.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, looks good.
And,
So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna X out here. Can you put your initials somewhere there, would you please? So read this bottom paragraph there, if you would please.
Yes, it, well, if you will, and the floor strip course is made in the statement. 2 pages, 2 paragraphs of knowledge, statements paragraphs recommend, yes.
And then if you would, you can sign it there as best you can, or initials, whatever's convenient for you.
Another trip.
Hold on, I'm gonna. Email it to myself. So so I can't change it, it's emailed, I just print it off, and then it goes into, goes in as part of the case file.
Now, that statement, well, at some point Steve's gonna be able to see that because his lawyer's gonna have access to all this information, but not before
Not before.
they're not gonna cut him loose and then he's not gonna read it down or so he's not gonna come find me and shoot me or
No,
something.
no, I mean, I think he's got his own problems, but, he won't be he won't be getting out anytime soon. So I don't know if I'll go tell the other sergeant that, and his name is Tim, he's the one that kinda poked his head, well, he's the one that let us out, so.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so Tim, and like I said, that'll probably be a very short conversation,
Okay.
and then,
No problem. Here he goes.
but we just wanna cover our bases with whatever you got.
Sure.
So somebody will be right back.
All right.
Jim?
Jeff.
Jeff, I'm sorry. Come on, come with me, we're gonna go into a different room.
Oh, good.
How are you? I'm Tim.
Good.
Nice to meet you. You're good?
So,